It's Thursday, and it's shot day, and I've got my banana boxers on, so it must be time for my tea shot. Yeah! Shoutouts to Mr. Vanderbilt of Plumtree Park Elementary School for that catchy little jingle. Today's testosterone shot comes with a bit of a story or an update or whatever, because as of today, my dose has been upped to something that I'm actually satisfied with. So I've been on testosterone for 3 months and 6 days, I believe, if my math is correct. And this whole time my dose has been 0.25 milligrams every 2 weeks. That was prescribed by my doctor, and that's what he said was my starting dose. There are two different concentrations of testosterone that you can be prescribed. There's 1,000 milligrams per milliliter and then 2,000 milligrams per milliliter. I'm at 1,000 milligrams per milliliter, so I have the lowest concentration and the lowest dose I've ever heard of. A regular dose, or even like a regular starting dose, is more like 0.5 every week. So if you try to fraction that and carry the 1 and do all the math for that, I'm basically 1/4 of a regular starting dose, which is like painfully annoying. I'm almost 26, and I know in the grand scheme of being old, that's not very old, but when you think about it as living 26 years of your life as someone you don't really know, 26 is old. Like, I'm ready to meet myself. I'm ready to become who I know that I am or know that I want to be. And being 26, that's a lot of wasted years as living as someone you're not. So it feels like my life is like wasting away as I'm waiting to actually notice the changes in my transition. In the last 3 months, I haven't noticed anything. My voice sounds exactly the same. My body is exactly the same. The hair on my body hasn't gotten thicker at all. I haven't noticed any changes in my mood, and maybe this is TMI, but my periods have remained exactly how they were before. And 3 months is a long time to not feel any different. It feels like I've wasted those 3 months. But today is monumental because I finally am at a regular dose. I actually found a new doctor for 2 reasons. One was my old doctor is a pediatrician, and like I said, I'm getting old, so it was only a matter of time before he was like, "You're too old for me to help anymore, sorry," so I had to find a new doctor regardless, but also because he's taking this very slow. And I understand where he's coming from. He's a doctor. He wants to make sure he's covering all of his bases. He wants to make sure everything is like nice and, slow and steady so no one's getting shocked or freaked out or he doesn't get blamed for anything. I get it. But I don't know, like, I can't express how frustrating and slow this is. So I decided to kind of take matters into my own hands and find a new doctor. Finding my first doctor was difficult enough, so finding another one was kind of a task that I didn't really want to have to undertake. When I was doing my original doctor shopping, it was sort of the battle between the two doctors, my old doctor and my new doctor. Before I even was on T, before I even had a doctor, before anything really started, I had put my name down on a waiting list for my new doctor, and it was almost a year ago now. And I'd never heard anything, so I decided to stop by and be like, where am I at on this waiting list? I'm looking to become a patient. Luckily for me, I actually got my appointment the day after I had my checkup with my old doctor. And as soon as I got in there, I was talking with the nurse or the assistant, I don't know, the person who comes to talk to you before you actually see your doctor. And they were taking all my information, getting, like the new patient sort of paperwork crap out of the way. And he was asking me like, where do you stand in your transition? How do you feel? What have you noticed? And I told him nothing. He was kind of just like, you know what, it's more than reasonable for us to up your dose to 0.5 every week. And he gave me a prescription for it and kind of got my paperwork in order, and so now I have a new doctor, and I'm really excited because they actually they hear me when I say this dose is too low, and it feels very empowering and good to know that, like, I'm not crazy. I'm not asking too much. It is actually such a low dose that it's holding my life back. So with all that being said, now that you're all caught up on my life, let's take the shot. Take the shot? We're not taking shots. We're like taking shots. Anyways, let's do the shot. Okay, so syringe is ready to go. And let's do the shot. And that's that. So that was my, this is a very flattering angle, isn't it? So that was my 8th shot of testosterone. All good. And this is hopefully the start of the actual transition. So let's get it. I'll check back in with you. I don't know. I'll see you maybe next shot or the shot after that. Who knows? Farewell. Thanks for watching. Bye.